begin. So yesterday was day 68 of protests, consecutive in a row protests, over the police execution of Andrew Brown Jr. in the city of Elizabeth City, North Carolina. The march yesterday started from a church where Roy Cooper and Attorney General Josh Stein were meeting with protesters over safety concerns in regards to the Pasquotank County Sheriff's Department releasing information in, names and addresses of protesters that have been receiving threats on social media and in person for the last 68 days. Now anyone and everyone who was and has been threatening them now has their addresses. So the governor and the attorney general did a press conference, and then we marched. I don't know where they were at this time, but they marched, or they didn't march, but we marched. And we have a really good sign here: genocide by status quo. Love that shit. So we went from this church all the way to Eringhouse Street, or is it road? Is it Eringhouse Road? Or I don't know. It's a road or it's a street, not to be confused with Road Street, which is just down the street. So we were on Eringhouse Street, and then we crossed over to go to the family, or to the house where Andrew Brown lived. And so this is some footage I got of a telephone pole, very conveniently placed. I think the march was pretty good. People were pretty amped up. People are pretty pissed off. People are pretty concerned. We had a good showing of people as well that showed up because the governor and the attorney general were coming. And so a lot of people came out for that, and that's good. I feel like that's a benefit. That's a net positive. And so we went from there, walking around the neighborhoods a little bit. And then we went back to the church, and that was seemingly the end of the protest. It lasted for about an hour. So if you want to know which house the deputies fired into, right there. So the protest was good. I wish that the governor would have marched with us. I mean, I feel like it's good that they did a press conference. It's good that they spoke with us. But I mean, again, I know there's a lot of people in Elizabeth City that are fearing for their safety right now, and are dealing with immediate, not next week, not in 6 weeks, not in fucking 12 weeks, not by the end of the next quarter. There's people in Elizabeth City that are fearing for their imminent and immediate danger and safety, and so again, I wish the governor and the attorney general would do something about that in the here and now, but they're gonna do what they can, folks. And so I just hope that when they eventually get the idea or the capability of doing what they can, that I hope that people aren't dead by then, because that would really suck. So today will be day 69. I'm looking forward to that. Yesterday was day 68, and again, the protests are not going to stop. They're not going to stop. So anytime soon, and we're going to go from there. So that's the idea. That's the gist. And that's the recap. That's what happened. Good stuff.